Well, we're back again. I pulled the guts of the radio out of the cabinet. You see, I took off the knobs, and pretty interesting knobs. They are wood. They're all different, kind of all different, but they all look like they came with the radio. Some of them have little set screws in them, and some of them just push on, and they like kind of like a knob you would expect to see. Not quite sure why you would use all those different types, but oh well, this is an old set, and they did strange things. Anyway, I said I cleaned the cabinet up a little. I said my first little brush with this that I didn't think that the cabinet looked all that bad. The top was the worst, and I used a little bit of Old English and just kind of hid some of the scratches, and it really looks good. The veneer is not buckled or peeled, and it looks great. Inside the cabinet looks decent. There's two little screws that hold it in. Very easy to take off the speaker. It's held on by just a flathead screw. Just keeps it really nice and secure. I said it all seems really nice. It was pretty dirty inside, but I think it could have been a lot worse. As far as the actual radio dial looking crooked, not really sure why, but there were a couple of little standoffs here, little tacks that I think might have been skewing the cabinet a little bit, might have caused it to be crooked. So I pulled those out. They didn't seem to serve any function. Maybe somebody actually added them later, or maybe there was an asbestos sheet in here and somebody pulled it out. Although this thing doesn't look like anybody has touched it for a very, very long time. Anyway, here's the cabinet pulled out. That excellent power cord, which is going to get cut off. And you see, it looks really great. Interesting things. I was looking at some of the tubes in here, and some of the tubes are marked. This particular one, I'm sorry, that might not be very visible because I'm using a trouble light here to get a little better lighting on the subject. But this one is actually from 1940. It was tested in Astoria, Long Island, by a radio and TV repair place out there, I guess. Or at that time, it would probably just been a radio place. And very interesting. Quite a few of the tubes have been certified okay, but it kind of proves the age of the radio. And I said this radio apparently was made in 1937. At any rate, I'm able to tune the dial. The dial cord seems to be in good shape. I don't know if you can see. It's there's a black one that moves the pointer, and then it looks like just like twine, really. That was driving the is driven by the motor, and it's very hard to tune with the knob. It really doesn't move, and I'm not sure if that's really supposed to work that way, or the motor feels very stiff, and guaranteed it's all gummed up. But if I tune it manually, it works just fine. I can actually tune back and forth. I obviously have not put any power on this, and I don't plan on it. The plan is to recap the unit, put new electrolytics in, and really put a new line cord on and a fuse, which is something that they never seem to put on in these old sets. But see if I can flip it over here, and we look at the underside, and amazing, the underside of this this set. It's so wide open. You see, there's a bunch of those those paper capacitors, and I don't see any that look that terrible. I don't see anybody that's spilling out all over the place, but I guarantee you that they're probably all bad. But as I say, those are going to be ordered. I'm going to put in the Sprague, which is what's actually in here right now. I see at least one Sprague. We're going to replace them all with the orange drop capacitors. I said, I don't see anything that looks that terrible. I'm going to change that power cord out. You can see that's where it's coming in. And we're going to put an inline fuse in there to protect this thing, because I really don't think it's a wise thing to have a radio without a fuse. But it doesn't really look like anybody has been in here as far as I can tell. It's a little bit, see a little bit of, looks like tape down here, but I honestly think that's probably original because I see some of that same tape, and that's got to be from the 40s because I haven't seen that tape in a long time. I see that on the speaker. So it's not really all that bad. This is going to clean up pretty well. I'm going to put it on a current limiting, make sure that I don't have any shorts. I'm going to pull out the rectifier, just try to test the transformer. I'm going to have a look at this this motor here. This is kind of an interesting thing. I don't know if I can find any information. There is some in the actual schematic. So hopefully this thing is just going to power up and fly, and maybe we can put a little bit of oil on it somewhere and help it along. But as I said, for the age of this unit, it's just totally amazing. So anyway, that's where we are so far with this radio. Very impressive. So we'll see where we go from here. We'll be doing another little video to show you our progress.